Hello everyone, I'm Deepali here again from deepaliovary.com, and today we are going to make chocolate banana cake. So first of all, let's preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit, that is 180 degrees Celsius, and we'll either butter or spray our with a non-stick vegetable spray our 8 by 8 inch pan. After oiling it or lining it with butter, we will put some all-purpose flour on it, and so that it works as a non-stick tin. The batter for this cake is fairly easy to make. You don't need any special things for this. It's quite easy to make. So we are not using any electric mixer here, just two bowls, one for the dry ingredients and one for the wet, and then we'll mix them together like you would do for a quick bread or a muffin. So first of all, we'll start with the dry ingredients. In one of the bowls, I have put 1 and 3 by 4 cup, that's 245 grams of white all-purpose flour, and now to that I am going to add 3/4 of a cup, that is 75 grams of unsweetened cocoa powder. I'm going to sift it because there are some lumps in it, and I just want to get rid of all those. Now here I would like to add that either you could use a regular unsweetened cocoa powder, or there is one Dutch processed, so you can use any of them. Keep in mind that the flavor, the chocolate flavor in this cake comes from the cocoa powder. So if you want a milder chocolate flavor, I would use a Dutch processed cocoa powder, and then if you want a stronger flavor, then use the regular unsweetened. So now next I'm going to add approximately 1 and 3 by 4 cups, that is 400 grams or a bit less of white granulated sugar. And then I'm going to put here 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, and half a teaspoon of salt. I'm just going to whisk that together. You can see it's not that difficult to make, and this makes large cake, which is probably 12 to 14 people. So anytime if you had a large gathering, this cake is a perfect one to make. So these are 2 ripe bananas. Many a times it happens with us that whenever we bring bananas home, there are few of them which they are just there and nobody's eating them, and mostly kids, they don't eat the mushy ones. So whenever such cases there at my place, I usually make banana breads, banana cakes or banana muffins. So let's mash these with the fork. You can either mash it with your hand or fork, but I found that fork is a better choice. We have to mash these roughly, not to a smooth paste, because little banana chunks in the cake are really good. They give a very nice taste to the cake. Now, second bowl I'm going to place with the 2 large eggs. That should be at the room temperature. And I'm just gonna whisk these for some time. And then we need these are about quarter cup, or you can say 240 milliliter of mashed bananas. Now this gives a nice banana flavor, not too strong, but and then like it's a very you can say a very little banana taste with the chocolate in it. And now to this I'm going to add half a cup or 120 milliliter of milk, and a cup, that is 240 milliliters of water. And I just warmed it up a little. Add half a cup of oil. It should be flavorless, any flavorless oil. You can use corn oil, canola oil, or even a light olive oil. So here I'm using canola oil. And then final ingredient is 1.5 teaspoon of pure vanilla extract. Always try to use pure because it has a nice flavor than the imitation ones. So see, that's fairly easy. Just add all together, and then we are gonna add these wet to the dry ones. This is going to be a lot of batter, so take a big bowl. And one thing more, this is going to be fairly a thin batter, so don't worry if you think it's too thin, and that is how it's supposed to be, because in this we are using oil instead of butter, and so that will give a light texture to this cake. And this can be refrigerated and can stay quite soft because of the oil. Now lightly mix this all together. Now it's mixed properly. We'll take our tin that we had greased earlier. So now that the batter is going in the tin, you can see it's quite thin. Just tap it. Now I'm going to bake this for 35 to 45 minutes or until it's firm. and a toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean. Our chocolate banana cake is now done. Even the toothpick inserted in the cake has come out clean. You can see even the cake has started to pull away from the sides, and that's a good sign too. So it's cool now. Now we are going to scrap the sides and take out our cake. Now this is the final cake, and if you press it, you can see it bounces back. So I'm just going to cut it so you see what it looks like. Wow, it has turned to be very spongy cake. It bounces back when I push it. So this is the final cake. You can cut it according to your choice. You can make them as big or as small as you want. You can cover and store this at room temperature. As for longer storage, you can put it in a fridge. You can see it's a very nice, moist, dense chocolate cake. So until next time, this is Deepali from deepaliori.com.